The Bucks take on the Sixers, 7:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Milwaukee's minus 6.5, totals 222. We went 4-1 in our 5 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. Hey guys, we're currently 4-0 with a push in our last 5 extra daily picks on that webpage. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. That's actually insane. We also finished the 2020 season 6-0 in our final 6 college basketball tier package picks on BrockPage.com as well. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here today, trying to keep that ball rolling. We currently have over 810 members who are signed up and active on that site. And once again, if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. And despite the absence of Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, we're still looking at a Bucks team who's playing their best basketball on the road thus far in the year. Milwaukee's won 3 out of their last 5 road games, and they're currently in the top 5 in defending the 3 ball. And as a matter of fact, the Bucks are holding their opponents to just 31% shooting from beyond the arc on the road. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's averaging over 9 defensive rebounds a game, 11 total rebounds per contest as well. Now, the Greek Freak is also scoring over 27 points a game, along with 6 assists. Meanwhile, Grayson Allen scoring 14.5 points a game, along with 4 rebounds and 40% shooting from beyond the arc. The Bucks are in the top 10 in first quarter scoring. They're taking on a Philly team who's going to work without Embiid and Harris here this evening. Actually, you're probably not going to see Embiid for about 5 games. He's in the health and safety protocols. Thibault and Joe, they're both listed as questionable as well. Now, the Sixers are in the second of a back-to-back here this evening, and they were only able to muster up 96 points without their stars last night against New York. And even when their top players are available, the Sixers are currently dead last in the NBA in offensive rebounding. Now, total-wise, Philly's 5-1 to the under at the Wells Fargo Center, 8-3 to the under for the whole year. Meanwhile, the Bucks have gone 80% to the under for the entire season themselves. I'm going to lean toward Milwaukee minus 6.5, under 222. Next matchup, Hawks, Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Utah's minus 8, totals 221.5. The Jazz are 3-0 straight up at home this season, 7-3 straight up overall for the year. Utah's leading the NBA in home offensive rebounding. They're also averaging 116 points a game at the Vivint Smart Home Arena. Donovan Mitchell scoring over 25.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Don. Meanwhile, Bogdan Bogdanovic is scoring nearly 17, or is it Bojan Bogdanovic? He's scoring nearly 17 points a game himself, along with 4 rebounds and 95% shooting from the stripe. That's right, Bogdan is on Atlanta, Bojan's on Utah. But anyway, speaking of foul shots, Utah's making over 81% of their free throws as a team. They're taking on a struggling Atlanta club who lost their last 4 straight, and they failed to cover in 7 out of their last 8 ball games. The Hawks are allowing 114 points a game on the road this year, and they're also in the bottom 5 in defensive field goal percentage away from home. Now, injury-wise, Atlanta is relatively healthy at the moment. Meanwhile, Utah's got Conley and Hughes listed as questionable. When it comes to the total on this one, Utah's seen 2 out of their last 3 ball games fall under the posted number. And as a matter of fact, the Jazz are officially 7-3 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, Atlanta's gone 7-3 to the under in their last 10 meetings with Utah. I'm going to lean toward the Utah Jazz minus 8, under 221.5. With that, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup. It is going to be Blazers versus the Clippers, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. LA's minus 3, totals 220.5. And speaking of the total on this one, 5 out of LA's last 7 ball games fell under the posted number. As a matter of fact, the Clippers are officially 67% to the under for the whole year. Meanwhile, 3 out of Portland's last 4 road games fell under the total themselves. The Blazers are officially 7-3 to the under for the entire season themselves. And of course, when it comes to picking a winner in this one, this game's actually being featured as my extra daily pick on BrockPage.com. So if you want to see whether I think the Blazers or the Clippers are going to cover this number in this one, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my extra daily pick tier package play on BrockPage.com. It costs just $2.99. And once again, guys, we are currently 4-0 with a push in our last 5 extra daily picks on that site. But when it comes to the free pick in this one, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the under 220.5. Let's try that again. I'm going to lean toward the under 220.5 in that ball game. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at BrockPage.com, where once again, guys, we are 4-0 with a push in our last 5 extra daily picks on that website. I like Milwaukee -6.5 under 222. Utah -8 under 221.5. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that not only are we 4-0 with a push in our last 5 extra daily picks on BrockPage.com, we're also 6-0 in our last 6 college basketball tier package picks on that very same webpage. We did awesome in March Madness last year, finished the year strong. So with that in mind, I'm going to lean toward the under 220.5 in the Blazers-Clippers contest. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout-out of the day. And that's going to go to Big King Productions, who said the other day, "Appreciate it, bro. Salute to you." And I say, salute to you, my man. Big King Productions. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind that we utilize the Patreon platform. And if you do sign up for a package, Patreon's going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today, you're going to get access to those picks that you pay for all the way through the end of November. And if you don't want to get December's picks, you can opt out. You can opt out anytime. But if you do end up getting a membership here today, you're gonna get access to that content all the way through the end of November. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Tuesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.